Want more out of your bank? At Bank WAW, we create personalised service solutions for our customers and communities. That's how we help with all your savings and home loan needs. Visit bankwaw.com.au to find out more.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. And enjoy one of our on-site brews or premium wines, spirits and cocktails. A great place for all ages. And why not have that special event in a private location? The Albury Brewhouse, Dean Street, Albury.
Bank WAW Author Show. Great this week. We're going to catch up with Wodonga Hearts. Perfect timing as well. Shankar Menon jumps on from the Heart. We're going to talk to him shortly. Roberto is here. Roberto, just quickly, on the women's competition, it's pretty even at the moment. Good game, obviously, with your girls and Melrose on the weekend. A 2-2 result in the end. Your girls having to come back from 2-0 down. But it shapes as a pretty interesting end to that season in the women's comp, mate. There's probably them 2+ boomers that are right in the mix.
Yeah, very exciting. Great game for the neutrals yesterday, watching that, and good for the competition to see there's strong teams out there pushing each other, which is excellent. So really positive result either way you look at it. So yeah, it was good, really good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting come the end of the season. Well, this man joins us on the back of a good result yesterday, Master. So I'll let you fire off the first question to him.
Yeah, Jesus, mate. Excellent. Great day for you guys there. Talk us through a little bit. What was the emotion like after the game with the boys and stuff like that? So, with no disrespect, it's been a tough climb for you guys getting back into senior men fold as well. And then to get a terrific result like yesterday, it's sort of proofs in the pudding there. It's all come together. This is why we do it. It's not always, smooth sailing. So, must be really, really positive, and the guys must be up and about.
Oh, 100%. Before I get into that, before I respond to that question, Master and Steve, again, as always, I appreciate these sort of opportunities, and special shout out to Steve and All in Sports for streaming our game yesterday. So that was a bonus for us. Ended up on the good side with this live stream because I've encouraged the boys and the club to actually.
This wasn't set up by the Master. I didn't say to him, well, come on, praises, but you've done well, buddy.
But that was
bloody hell.
great timing there. Great timing actually for us, because I've actually asked the boys to actually go ahead and watch the game so that they can watch and learn and improve. So thanks for that as well. Going back to Master, what you were asking, how we were feeling. We were very excited, like the whole bunch, not just the bunch of players and myself, but the club in general, because where the club has been over those last sort of 7 years, it's the first time in, I think, since 2021 that they've fielded a senior squad. And first couple of wins this year has been since the first time since 2019. So 7 seasons it's taken them for their senior squad to actually find a win. The first one coming against Twin City earlier in the year, and yesterday was the second one, but yesterday was more convincing than the Twin City one. So the emotions were really high, and it was actually good to see the boys join the pub for a couple of drinks after not just the boys, some of their family members came along as well. So for a few drinks, and it was good.
Is when you go into a game like that, mate, and obviously when you play the Myrtlefords and the Albury Uniteds and the Hotspurs, obviously you want to go into that game trying to win. But when you come up against a side near you on the ladder, down near the bottom, did you sense during the week that the boys were up and about for this one?
100%, because me as a coach, Steve, you know me well enough. I never go into a game saying it doesn't matter which opposition I play. Not once I say to my players that we're going to lose the game. We approach every single game with the right mentality, whether we execute the plan or we fall short of what we want to try and do. That's different. That comes with experience. There's a lot of things that needs to fall in place for, to compete at the top level, to try and compete with the the big boys or the big girls. So for us, it's a big learning curve, but at the same time, the mentality has never changed. Obviously, when you go up against the big teams, when you go down by 3 or 4 goals, naturally the head starts dropping. That's the human psychology side of things. But the mentality and the approach to how we approach a game is always the same. But having said that, this game, St. Pat's were I think they're still one position above us on the ladder, 1 point ahead of us. So we were definitely up for it in terms of trying to find a win and get the 3 points in the bag. And yeah, I'm very proud of the boys. As a group, they again, I have to go back to Hotspurs last week. That was one of the worst games we've actually played. But the positive side to it, being one of our worst games of the season, as how we played overall, we conceded 8. Yes, we lost 8-0, but at the same time, we played better the first game, but then we conceded 10. So things are falling in place in a lot of things, lot of aspects, but at the same time, the results don't actually show it. So yesterday was, I wouldn't say icing on is that the right wording, icing on the cake sort of thing, but but yesterday was really, but boys were really looking forward to putting things right, especially after last week's result.
So you mentioned earlier that you said this is the first time in a few years that you've got a senior men's side up after then also getting a senior women's side up a year or two ago. And then looking at the club from the outside, the numbers you've got there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have a team in every grade, which is massive. The success in that may not be there, but the numbers are there, the positivity's there, which is a lot better than a lot of other clubs are doing in this league. What do you put that down to, this growth and development that's been happening over the last, like you said, 5, 6, 7 years?
Oh, yes. And it's massive shout out and massive credit to all the volunteers behind the scenes, because there's been a change. I think in those last 6, 7 years, there's been a change in the executive committee at the club. And obviously 2 years in those 7 years has been, COVID and whatnot. So it's been a tough start to the new committee as such as well. But all the work that they've put in behind the scenes has actually led to the growth, because I think 2021, just the year after COVID, I think the club was at 6 teams back then, so less than half of the full complement, and to grow the growth that the club has shown over the last sort of 4 to 5 years since that time after COVID has been enormous, and it's all credit to the people behind the scenes and the volunteers that run the club. And you're correct, Master, because I think along with Hotspurs and Diamonds, we are the only other club that's fielded a side in every division or every age group. So that's full credit to the people running the club. So yeah, we're just a small part of it as a senior. Yes, the senior sides, the male and female sides, might be the face of the club, but we just one small side of the actual work that goes in behind the scenes. So yeah, massive credit to all of them. So we couldn't have been here. And the biggest challenge was we knew it's going to be a tough year this year, but we were very, very firm and confident that we would be able to field a senior squad, providing those pathways for the juniors coming in. That was the main aim, which I think at this point in time we have achieved as a club.
So it sounds like you put all the building blocks in place at Shankar, that now you're at this level, you plan to obviously stay there at this level now. So with those blocks in place, do you, like right now as a coach, are you shoring up that senior team? Are you even now locking in players for next year to assure that Hart field Div 1 again? Because fantastic, your women have been the last couple of years.
Oh yes, 100%. In terms of locking in players, the first, because it's the first year back and because it's been a difficult year, attracting players from elsewhere is not as easy as it would be for some of the other the bigger clubs at this stage. So the main aim is to try and develop the players we've got internally as much as possible. And then obviously, while that is happening behind the scenes, that there is work going on to try and bring in a few new faces to add a bit more experience and depth to the squad. So that definitely is taking place behind the scenes. Yes. but the primary aim is to develop the players, because and the reason I say that is one of the primary aims is because I've just written down here, I've got 6 under-16 players have played seniors this year. They're playing under-16s this year in the under-16s division. 6 of them have been playing almost, every other week in the senior men's squad. We've got 3 players who are under-18s, who are pretty much a regular feature in the senior team. Then there's 6 others who are 19 or under. So basically, that's the squad we've got, and the next oldest is 21. So a big chunk of the players who have played seniors are 19 and under this year. And if I play seniors, I'm the oldest in that group. So, and by a fair distance. So the main downside to us is, the quality is there, but at the same time, because of the lack of experience, the decision making and the confidence and everything else that follows with it is not there yet to be at that level on a consistent basis, week in, week out. So that will come over time. I'm confident in that, but and that's why the main aim was to focus on developing the players and helping them understand the game better in different situations, what needs to happen, how to handle situations, both ups and downs. That's been the main focus, rather than trying to figure out what game style we want to do and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Excellent. Now, you spoke about that pathway, which is huge. Previous seasons, you've still had good juniors, but then they didn't have that ability to step up into a senior side. So then hence you lose these kids to other clubs. It's a big bonus for you guys. This, like you said, the success isn't there, but you're giving these kids opportunities, and these young guys are only going to get better from it. You can't always win games and that, and sometimes you learn even more from your defeats than your victories. So it's excellent to see you guys doing that and giving these young kids that pathway and that opportunity to play seniors and to build their resilience and knowledge of the game. So that's excellent.
Yes.
So I love what you guys are doing there with that.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes. And that's, like, I can't stress enough how much effort we've put in as a club and as a coaching group to try and develop players in all aspects of the game, because a lot of the players up until this year or up until last year, they've been very restricted to playing only certain positions, and the understanding of the game is not as much as I would like as a senior coach. So that restrict my ability as a coach as well to try and do different things within a senior squad. So that aspect of putting players in different positions, helping them understand different aspects of the game, how to work during transitions, crosses, defending, attacking, transition phases, all those things has been the focus. Yes, but at the same time, I do acknowledge that we've not been able to sustain that over a week in, week out sort of format across 90 minutes, and that costs us especially against the bigger teams. But we do every single game, we do have patches of about 30 to 40 minutes where we have actually held our shape and structure and game plan together, but that's not even half the game, so that's where it costs us. And that'll come over time. That's okay. That's where the learning is.
Shankar,
and the boys understand that.
Sorry, mate.
No, I said that's where the boys understand that's where we are at, and the good thing is they're all bought into the plan and the project and the process. So that's a good thing to see, because in spite of all the results, we still get 25, 30 players every single training session in the cold weather. So that in itself is a good sign for me.
I've been waiting like 5 years we've been doing this show. I've been waiting for him to praise me once. The Masters never praised me. You rock up one time. He's full of accolades for you. It's unbelievable. By the way, I've got to ask you, Shankar, just quietly, you played the Hotspurs last week. Did he shut up at all on the sidelines, or was he just chirping away the whole time?
I was actually playing the senior because we were short of players, so I didn't hear too much from the sidelines myself. Right. But so I'm not too sure. Maybe right. In the reserves, maybe he was a little bit yapping, but that's okay.
He could be. You could be the first team that I have, and he's calling you master as well on the day. I love it.
Because I actually don't know his other name. That's the
No,
problem.
don't worry. It's the master. He
Most
loves it.
people call me arsehole, so he
You,
thought my name
you,
was arsehole.
you've rattled off master out 14 times. Absolutely love it. With that master, this weekend you guys take on Cobram. It will be like obviously they're a very good team. It's a bit of a danger game to your top four stuff because their best football is very good. The Raw.
Yes, yeah, they're a real unknown. Rumor has it they've got a few guys back in that too, so they're going to be very, very different to the night game we played them a few Wednesdays ago. So we have to be at our top to roll them. So the boys are up and about and doing well, but they have to be able to maintain that level. So that's the challenge for us. But yeah, that's going to be a really, really tough challenge.
Shankar, who do you think wins, the Hotspurs or Raw?
Is that a home game for you guys, Hotspurs?
Yep.
I think you'll win. Do you want me to make a prediction or no?
Yeah, make a prediction, mate.
Right. I think it'll be a 2-goal game in there. So maybe around 3-1, 4-2 sort of scoreline.
Loves it. Probably a yellow card for Master along the way. Against Myrtleford, Shankar, in this game, mate, you guys come up against. So you go to the very top here. Myrtleford's obviously, looks like they've got the league on their boot, so to speak, at the moment. They're going to be favourites for the cup title. What's the mentality going into this game, mate? I guess in many ways, I suspect your team is really looking forward to the challenge.
100%. 100%. I don't know how to put this without being arrogant or without not without being arrogant, without sounding arrogant or without sounding rude. But like I said at the start, for me as a coach, doesn't matter which team we play. I try to prepare the boys the same way. Whether we execute the plan or not, that's secondary. But we never approach any game thinking that we will lose a game. That's been there. And I hope that my boys watching this would agree with that as well. Because I've not once have I said, and nor will I say that we're going to try and reduce the scoreline. That's not the approach I go for. We want to try and do a few things. Yes, during the learning process, things might be difficult, but then if you're not willing to try it during the big games, then we'll never learn. That's my attitude. That's my approach to games. So yes, I do respect them as an opponent, and I will as well, just like any other opponent. But I'm not scared as a coach going into that game, and I hope that I can translate that to the boys and prepare them as best as possible. So what happens on the pitch is secondary. That I'm not too concerned about that at this point. So.
Love it, mate. Love the attitude. All right. Well, Shankar, who wins between Wodonga Diamonds and Albury City? It's at Latrobe.
Oh, that's actually an interesting one because we were just having a chat at the pub last night after the win and looking through the results. So we did notice that Wodonga Diamonds has been having a rough patch over the last few games. So if Albury City, between the two teams, I think Albury City has been a bit more consistent than Diamonds. So and considering Diamonds' form recently, I think Albury City probably nicks that again. I think a couple of goals between the sides, so 3-1, 4-2 sort of scoreline, that sort of scoreline, I would think.
It's Nostradamus tonight. You've given me my headline later in the week too. Rough Diamonds. Very good from you, Shankar. Master, who wins, Diamonds or Albury City?
Yeah, you're sort of spot on. Diamonds sort of haven't been playing to their potential the last few weeks, and I think City's just coming off a great result against United. So you would probably have to tip City to get the result there.
All right, Griffo watches this. He won't be happy with you two boys at all. Master, in the last game, this is actually intriguing a little bit. St. Pat's against Wangaratta. What do you think?
Yeah, there's a few rumours going about Wang. Wang had a cracking result on the weekend, drawing 1-1 with Mert. So I don't know what's going on there. So it might be a bit of testing, urine testing of these guys to see what they're up to. They may have a little bit in the system, but they were brilliant. And apparently they've got a few new boys in there. So I think maybe Wangaratta might get the result.
All right, late bloomers, Wang. What do you think, Shankar?
Sorry, I got cut
Sorry,
off there.
St. Pat's and Wangaratta. What do you think?
That's again a tricky one because St. Pat's yesterday, yes, they might have lost against us, but they got a draw against Diamonds the other week. Again, it depends on which St. Pat's turns up, I think, because we played Wangaratta a few weeks back. I think, yeah, about a month or so back, we lost 2-0 at Wang. Again, 2 mistakes cost us, so it was more of a 50-50 game. But then, obviously, the crucial moments they beat us. But St. Pat's again depends on which St. Pat's turns up. But going by the season and the consistency, I would go for Wang, just to tip them. But I still think it might be a closer game that people might think.
Well, anyone that's listened to this man speak at any of the presentation nights knows how passionate he is. Got the right guy leading the Heart forward because they are definitely beating at the moment. Good luck for the rest of the year, Shankar. Good luck this weekend against Myrtleford, mate. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you, Rob. Got your name
Good
now.
work, buddy. Got it. Love
Want more out of your bank? At Bank WAW, we create personalised service solutions for our customers and communities. That's how we help with all your savings and home loan needs. Visit bankwaw.com.au to find out more.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. And enjoy one of our on-site brews or premium wines, spirits and cocktails. A great place for all ages. And why not have that special event in a private location? The Albury Brewhouse, Dean Street, Albury.
Albury, the hose doctors. You work hard, so we work hard to keep you going. NZ Albury, the hose doctors.